Your power goes out, remember just how inconvenient your life can be. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with a Generac home standby generator, you'll have power when you need it. Our Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted. Get a free 10-year warranty with the purchase of any air-cooled generator. Call Generac Generators today. Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A, this is Dennis Phillips Live. Sponsored by Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power. And Total Air.
How you doing, everybody? It is a Monday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live. Hope you had a great weekend. I feel like we've been running around last second. I'm going to be totally honest. So don't hate me, but I'm not a huge soccer guy. I've been watching the World Cup and doing my best to appreciate the sport and the athleticism, which there is a ton of it. But I can't say that I'm necessarily a fan. But I was just watching the Germany. Who won? So the guys of it looks like. I'm not sure. So anyway, they're in a shootout, and I was watching that, and I think somebody just won, but maybe not. Anyway, it was Paraguay had a chance to win on the fifth kick of penalty shot deals, and that's what they're officially called, penalty shot deals, and it got blocked. So I don't know what happened thereafter, but it looks like Paraguay is celebrating. So if that is the case, then maybe Paraguay will beat Germany, which would be a huge upset. You guys know me. I'm always talking sports, but 9 times out of 10, I'm either talking Tampa Bay Lightning or talking baseball because I am a big baseball guy. And coming up in a couple of minutes, now you guys probably know the story. I posted it on Facebook, but so we all know that there's a ton of minor league clubs in this area because a lot of the spring training games are here as well. You've got the Toronto Blue Jays play here in Dunedin, so the Dunedin Blue Jays play in the minor league. You got the Philadelphia Phillies that play in Clearwater. The Threshers are the farms team in that. And then there's Lakeland and Bradenton. I mean, the Yankees play right across the street. So lots and lots of teams. And I'm a big minor league baseball fan, and we're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes as well. But to me, yes, the games are outdoors, but I'm all about outdoor baseball, and I know there are a lot of folks last year when the Rays played over at Steinbrenner, they're like in June, not even in June, in February, in April, and in March. Yes, we love outdoor baseball. It's a great thing. And then once we hit July and August, oh man, I hate outdoor baseball. It's too hot. I'm one of the guys who likes the heat. I mean, I just kind of hang out there and enjoy it. But what we don't like are the rainouts. And there are lots and lots of rainouts at times. So coming up after the break, we're going to be talking to the folks from the Dunedin Blue Jays who took matters in their own hands in ways to handle the rainouts. So we'll touch on that in just a minute. I do want to jump into what's going on the radar because we got a lot to talk about. So obviously, holiday week, right? We got some heavy thunderstorms inland. What else is new? There's a live look at radar. And interestingly enough, it is not raining in Dunedin right now, but it's raining inland. And honestly, that's where a lot of the rain has been for most of this year. We have not seen a ton of rain along the coast, although we did yesterday. We had some pretty heavy rains yesterday. Highlands County right now, very heavy rain from Lake Placid up towards Sebring. Same thing in Arcadia. Temperatures are all over the place, anywhere from the upper 70s to the lower 90s. We did have feels like temperatures today up over 105, and that is why we had a heat advisory in effect for a good portion of the area. Hernando County northward, actually, but most everybody had those heat advisories, or at least it was close to it. So, yeah, Jules said Paraguay did advance 4-3 on penalty kicks. We always do our hellos, and if you're watching on the spot, we love you watching on the spot. People have been watching. I always wondered, would people really watch this on TV? They do. There's actually been the numbers are showing people watch. But the best way to watch this show is to watch on the spot, but at the same time follow along on the socials. We're on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on all the platforms, and we follow along. So the comments go along here. Judith in Sarasota, how you doing? Jennifer, nice to see you. Ren, as always. You may not know this, but Ren has the second fastest wiener dog in all of Florida. True story. You got to work on training a little bit harder, though. I mean, she's right there, Ren. You got to get her over the top. We want to see her win in the whole thing. Randy, how you doing? Thanks for the update. So, yeah, you guys are all letting me know Paraguay were victorious. So that's a huge upset. I mean, that really is. So, anyway, tomorrow we are going to finally see some changes. And I'll show it to you on Futurecast right here. So check it out here. Mike. Cruise Mike, how you doing, Cruise Mike? Cruise Mike from North Carolina, nice to see you as well. Mary, good to see you. Linda, got the TV on as well. See, Linda gets it. That's the way. Douglas is like, bring on the cold. Yeah, yeah, look at that. There your feels like temperatures, Douglas. 100 right now, the feels like in St. Pete, 95 in Clearwater, 96 in Sarasota, 99 both in Brooksville and in Northport. So there was a guy today on Facebook, and you're always going to get these from time to time, saying, why bother posting the feels like? The temperature is the temperature. I disagree. Now, I don't make the feels like temperature. I just report it from the Weather Service. But look, if you've ever been outside in the middle of December or in middle of January and it's 45 degrees out, but that wind is blowing at 25 miles an hour and it feels like it's 15, you feel the difference, right? You know you do. It's the wind chill. Well, the feels like is the same deal. It's just in the opposite direction. So if you go out and it's 90 degrees, but it feels like 110, that's got a big impact on people who work outdoors for a living or people who are really sensitive to it. And I'm sure ball players, it's the same thing. You know, you get that feels like temperature, 105, 110, 115, it takes a lot out of you. So our goal is, you know, if you live in Vegas, like it could be 115, but that sweat evaporates right off you immediately. And believe it or not, that action actually cools your skin. So it doesn't feel nearly as hot as that 115 degrees might sound. I mean, my oven's hot, it's dry heat, but it's still hot. But we all know there is a difference. And the humidity is definitely the difference when it comes to our area. So we will continue to post the feels like temp, especially when the Weather Service is issuing a heat advisory. And those heat advisories are absolutely based on that feels like. Now, today, we still hit 98 in Plant City, 96 Zephyr Hills, 94 Tampa, 92 St. Pete, 97 Inverness. So we weren't at record-breaking numbers, but, man, we were pretty darn close. Outside right now, Tampa, 86. The dew point in the mid-70s, so that gives you a feels like of 94. Nice shot there. A little more cloud cover than we've been seeing of late at sunset. Not a lot of rain out there, Anna. Nope, not really. Joanne? In New Jersey, although as she's saying in New Jersey, I'm guessing you're saying you mean New Jersey, it's 100, and your friends complained. So the 94 of the high today, nowhere near the record of 97. There's the satellite. We got those inland showers. We got those inland thunderstorms. However, here we go. Check out Futurecast, and I'm going to do this hour by hour for you here. All right, this is through tomorrow. And coming up later on, we will talk about the holiday weekend, but I do want to show this to you. So we'll be quiet overnight, right? Nothing going on, no rain to speak of, right up through 8 o'clock. All right, watch what happens later in the morning. Still pretty quiet. But you got a front that's going to push some moisture into our area by tomorrow afternoon. And look at Pinellas. You guys have a game tomorrow in Dunedin? Yeah, they're shaking their head no. So that's good. Because there is going to be rain popping tomorrow around 2 or 3 o'clock along the coast. And then even more, look at the line that starts to develop inland. Now, of late, all the winds have been blowing it from west to east, so those storms move away from us. But tomorrow, they come our way. Now, granted, they look like they're weakening a little bit as they do so, but that's the kind of pattern that we want. We need an easterly flow to help get over this drought, and I think tomorrow we're going to see it. Matter of fact, I think we're going to see it right through the 4th of July. The difference is later Wednesday and Thursday, you don't see as much coverage. Why would that be? There's less moisture to work with. High temperatures right where they're supposed to be, but check this out. So there's Wednesday, less moisture than Tuesday. Thursday, less moisture than Wednesday. So the coverage will be lower on Wednesday and Thursday. But Friday, the 4th, the 5th, and early next week, we are locked in an easterly flow, and the moisture looks like it's going to build. So I really think over the 4th, we're going to have a really nice chance of late day, early evening storms. Now, of course, that could pose an issue for fireworks, you know, and it's a big, big birthday for the U.S. 250th anniversary. So there's going to be a gazillion fireworks, and I do think we will be dodging some raindrops and some storms in the evening hours. So that's something we'll have to watch. But we need the rain because obviously with the fireworks such that as they are, you know, that can start some fires, real fires, because of the sparks without the rain. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But either way, by the way, the tropics, you've got that yellow blob off the Carolinas. I'll talk about that later on, but poses no threat to anybody. So there's a look at your beach forecast. Highs in the mid to upper 80s. The chance of storms in the early evening, late afternoon, early evening along the coast. For the boaters, water temperature 88 degrees. Nope, now up to 89. It just went up a degree in the last hour. Maybe a couple of thunderstorms, afternoon and evening variety. And there's a look at the 7-day. There it is. Highs in the lower 90s, just like it's supposed to be in summer. Morning lows in the upper 70s, just like it's supposed to be in the summer. However, look at the rain chances. Definitely higher than they have been, especially if you live west of I-75. All right? And I think that pattern continues through early next week. We'll talk about that at the very end of the show. But we're going to hit a break right now. And after the break, we'll be back with the folks in the Dunedin Blue Jays and their viral jersey aimed to combat their rainouts. That's coming up in 90 seconds as DPL continues. Okay, we are in a break. Derek, I'm going to put on my IFB now, if I can find it in my back pocket. All right. And you give me a countdown, and I will count you guys down. I hear you. And you will count down me to the break and coming out. We'll do 2 segments with them. Just going to talk. So. Do that whole segment, no IFB? Yeah. Well, I actually, this show is kind of crazy because it's just me the whole time. I punch the brakes. I change the shots.
Gotcha.
So I really have.
I wasn't sure if you were controlling that.
Yeah, I did. I do it all. And now, when we do this, though, the director in the control room, he changes the cameras. So that's when we need that. And like he just did, he's changing the cameras. All right. So we've got Mitch, Matt, and Eli. Where's Eli? All right.
Eli's
right
here.
Eli.
Mitch is coming.
Okay. All right. So, Derek, tell us where you want me to stand. Cam 1, are we good where we are right here? Okay. So we have Mitch. Eli. Matt. Got it. All right. I'll never remember that. That's okay. All right. Who's everybody going to talk? Everybody's going to be good. All right.
Yep.
Cool. Back in 5, 4, 3, 2. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. So this is the way this played out. So we have Mitch, Matt, and Eli here from the Dunedin Blue Jays. And my family, we have a text thread, right? And my son saw the post on X. Did you guys do the post or did somebody else do it?
Yeah, right.
You guys did it. Okay. So this post was pretty much making fun of the fact that we live in an area that gets tons of rainouts, and you guys are like, we have to do something about it. And clearly, you did. How did this come about? This is awesome.
Well, Dennis, we have a lot of these different planning sessions that tend to be a little chaotic. And one of the big things is where we always like to look at promotions to bring people in for the next season. And one of the big things that we like to do in the minor leagues is we like to do alternate identities or a specialty jersey. And we're sitting there kicking around a bunch of ideas. And we said, you know, what if we put something on the jersey? And Mitch over here said, you know, what if we just put the radar on the jersey? And I know that this map, all the maps kind of look similar, Dennis,
Yeah.
you know, so we didn't realize it was your map. So all the maps kind of look
I
similar.
love it. It's great. No, I recognize the fonts and the banners. I'm like, yeah, that's our map, which I think it's hysterical. Well, and I have a relationship with the Dunedin Blue Jays because I don't know how many years ago, but they had a bobblehead night with me and throughout the first pitch. And it was funny because I was at a thrift store, like the Salvation Army store, a couple of months ago, and one of the bobbleheads was actually there, and I've still got a couple. But so you had so much interest, like it went viral. It did go viral, and I guess a lot of people were saying, so where can we buy the jerseys? So you're kind of working on some details on that, yes?
Yeah, we're working on some details to buy the jerseys, but we are going to be auctioning these off after we play on July the 18th. So we're actually going to be auctioning off the game used jerseys, and you could go bid on them at DunedinBlueJays.com. Then we're working on some merch, like you said, this went completely viral, so we're working on some merch for this one.
Did you guys expect it? I mean, was this just right out of, because a lot of times viral stuff is just literally out of the blue.
Yeah, it was literally out of the blue. I think the most thing we were trying to do, like the number one thing we were trying to do, is laugh a little bit at our misfortunes last season, obviously, because we do play a couple streets away from the Gulf.
Right.
And we really wanted to win a golden bobblehead, which is our minor league, at our minor league meetings, they give out a golden bobblehead to, like, you know, best promotion, best specialty jersey. So we're really hoping this puts us right over the top there.
So you got one right here, which is pretty awesome, with a 7 on it for rule number 7. So that is a beautiful thing. Now, by the way, does anybody actually have 7 right now on the team?
We do, but we want you to have it.
Honorary.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to talk with who's number 7 and say, hey, that's my number. But well, that is awesome. I love this. Now you said that it might be available for in T-shirt form at some point. That's kind of what you're looking for.
Yep, we're working on some pre-orders right now. You'll be able to pre-order it once we get it in. You know, obviously follow us at Dunedin Blue Jays and keep an eye on our website, because that's where latest news will happen.
So what do you guys do? Because he's doing all the talking here.
He's El Jefe. He's the GM, GM of the Dunedin Blue Jays.
I get it.
I'm one of the broadcasters and do our social media.
Yep. No, that's cool. So I think a lot of people don't realize that even the minor league games, they are available online. Well, everything's available online, right? And is that something that you had a goal of doing, is being in broadcasting?
Yeah, for sure. Broadcasting, did some news anchoring a little bit growing up too.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, hoping to climb as a broadcaster through the minor leagues too.
That's sweet. So I remember a couple years ago when, well, it was actually during COVID, when the big league club played in April, I believe it was, in Dunedin. And there might have been some other times too, I can't remember, but there's a funny story. So Shelby, who, head honcho, if you will, I guess, he asked me if I would give the forecast for the big league squad for the games. I don't think it was the minor league game. I mean, I don't think it was exhibition, but whatever. Anyway, so there was a game. No, it was regular season, because the Angels were in town, and I remember. So they were asking me what I thought was going to happen, and you know how this is, living in this area. You know, you guys know what's going to happen a lot of times at that stadium because you've seen it, how it works, right? So they were talking to one of the meteorologists in Toronto who said one thing, and they were talking to me about it, and I said something else. And they went to me, and I told them, I think you'll get this game in if you start at like 9:15 or 9:20 or whatever. And the meteorologist in Toronto was like, nope, it's a rain out the entire time, just kill it. About 8:30, it cleared out, and they would have got that game in by 9:15. But I get it. I mean, when it's the big league club, it's very different, the dynamics, than it is the minor league games, right? I mean, in terms of making them up and everything.
Definitely. There's tons of different things that we have to go through, whether it's us talking to our pitching coach. I'm usually the one watching the radars closely throughout the week and throughout the day. So going down and communicating with our coaching staff, communicating with visiting coaching staff, the umpires, and our fans in general, making sure everybody in our front office kind of knows what happens. But because of the 6 games on, 6 games off usually, there's a little bit better of a chance of maybe playing 2 tomorrow instead of being in front of a 50,000 seat stadium. That's a little bit, there's a little bit more at play there.
What's the lightning rule for you guys?
We have a 6-mile lightning rule. So around 6 miles, we actually invoked it yesterday. We pull the teams off the field, get the tarp on the field before the lightning moves into the area.
Yeah, I saw that come in around 2:30 or something like that. Maybe it was a little earlier than that, actually. I can't remember. But I remember a big old blob from Clearwater right over to Dunedin with a lot of lightning, and then it eventually rained itself out. So tell you what, we will be back in 90 seconds. We'll talk about upcoming promotions and a little bit more about what I think has got to be like the coolest jersey ever made. That's coming up as DPL continues. Okay, we're in break, another 90 seconds. And then
You gotta forget what this guy does.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we didn't get. I was trying to open it up. Okay. Well, what?
I oversee ticketing, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ticketing, you said?
Ticketing, yep.
Okay. All right. So we'll come out and talk about ticketing. Ask how people can about any promotions that are coming up, and about ticketing for the game. Yeah. So, because I mean, I'm real tight with Jason Adams, from Clearwater from the Threshers. In fact, my daughter sang the national anthem there the first time. Well, she sang at the Rays game. She sang it at the Rays game about a month ago, and she sang at the Threshers game last year. But I remember when we went over there for the bobblehead night. Gosh, that was like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I think. But that was it?
It was 21 or 22.
Was it really?
It was 2021.
Dang, that was so much fun. I still get people come up and say, "Oh, we saw you in Dunedin, for the bobblehead night." All right, we got 30 seconds coming out. This will be about a 3-minute segment because we just went 8 minutes, and I still have one more break to hit. So Derek, this will probably be a pretty quick one.
Perfect.
Well, I see the clock. Yeah, you know me. It's nothing. It's not organized. All right, 15 seconds. Okay, single on camera 5. Got it. Okay. Back, Dennis Phillips live here with some of the folks from the Dunedin Blue Jays, and we talked to El Jefe, we talked to the broadcaster. What do you do?
Yep, I manage ticketing at TD Ballpark. I've been there since 2021. My actual first night selling tickets as a part-time staff was actually your bobblehead night. So,
that was a fun night. Well, and what I love about minor league baseball, talking about ticketing, it's just so reasonably priced.
Yep.
I mean, I'm a big Rays guy. I love the local team, but going to minor league games will not cost you an arm and a leg, even to bring the whole family. And I'm sure you have promotions as well that make it even less expensive, yes?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, you can always buy, tickets online, $10 usually. On Wednesdays, every Wednesday home game, you can get your tickets for $2. So,
oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, and deals, I'm guessing, on food as well, and on some nights as well. Now, can they find all that on the website?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
DunedinBlueJays.com has all of our weekly promotions, has all of our giveaway nights, promotional nights, everything.
What's some of the bigger promotions coming up over the next couple of weeks?
Well, we have our fireworks night coming up on July the 17th when we take on Clearwater. So we'll be home at TD Ballpark 17th, 18th, and 19th of July. So we have that coming up. And as Mitch said too, our $2 Wednesdays are been going crazy. So come down and get a $2 ticket, a $2 beer, and a $2 hot dog. You can't beat that.
That's a steal. So if you're just tuning in, again, this went viral. When do you wear them for the first time?
July the 18th.
Okay, so July 18th, Dunedin, they're going to be wearing. And what are these called? Is there a name for them? Are they like just rainout jerseys, or?
We call them the rain delay. We've dubbed them the rain delay jerseys.
Well, and as you see, a 7 on there is pretty awesome. So thank you very much. Good luck with it. Seriously, thanks for coming out. Great. Let us know how that contest goes. What is it? You get the golden bobblehead?
Yeah.
When do they award that? Like the Golden Glove first, and then they come up with that?
Yeah. We're somewhere in that realm. After the platinum stick and all that kind of stuff, then we get the golden bobblehead.
Golden bobblehead. Well, thanks again, guys. Appreciate you coming out. We'll be back in 90 seconds to give it a look at the weekend holiday forecast as Dennis Phillips Live continues. We're in break. Awesome.
Awesome.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. That was great. Really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
This is dream come true, by the way. My first role, I wanted to be a meteorologist way back in the day. I still watch Reed Timmer and all those guys. Are like,
Reed has a blast. Do you want to get a quick picture with all
that would be awesome.
That'd be great.
Is there anybody? Okay, well, you know what? If you can, I'm off in 5 minutes, so if you can wait 5, and we'll
absolutely.
Yeah,
We'll
thanks,
hang out.
Dennis.
All right.
Thank you.
This is awesome. Thank you very much. And a lot of people are asking again about the T-shirt, so that's just a matter of you'll let them know on the website?
Yeah, social media, website.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, I don't need you now. I can see the timer on this now, Derek. Thanks. I don't need a countdown. Okay. Guys, that was kind of cool, huh? I really enjoyed that. Okay, back in 27 seconds. All right, and we'll do a quick, that was fun, right? Like, how awesome is this? It really is. It's just, my son was going crazy. He's like, Dad, you got to get me one of those. All right, we are back in, I should have worn it. We'll be back in 3, 2. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. Again, thanks to the folks at the Dunedin Blue Jays for coming on out, sharing their rain delay jersey. If you're just tuning in, it's awesome. Apparently going to be available at some point in time, either in T-shirt or jersey form. They're working on the details, and you'll be able to find that on the Dunedin Blue Jays website. All right, quick look at some of what's going on out there. The tropics, we still got a yellow blob, 10% coverage, no big deal. Honestly, it would be nice if we could see some rain out of it. So here's a look at the Euro, still showing potential development out of this in spite of the Hurricane Center saying nope. I mean, that's a good 80% probability, according to the Euro, of a depression forming. But regardless, it looks like it would be going more toward cruise Mike than anybody else. Unfortunately, it just would not bring us any rain whatsoever. There's a look at the tropics. Again, all that dry air in the Caribbean. This is from July 1st to July 14th. Dry air there, dry air there. I said this about a week and a half ago. I'm sticking to my guns. I don't think there will be a named storm in the Atlantic through the month of July. Now, we will see, because if that little something thing that we're talking about right here gets named, I guess so be it. But outside of that, I just see absolutely nothing. All right, so here's a look at us, all right? And this is what I'm talking about. So we have tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock right here. Tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. We're already seeing coverage. And then through 8 o'clock at night, you know, the rain's still out there. The pattern, the wind field is still toward the east. So look at Wednesday. Wednesday night, all the way back toward the coast. It's beautiful. Look at Thursday. Same thing. Solid easterly flow setting up. All right? That's through Thursday. Look at Friday. Still a northeasterly flow. We're looking at those wind barbs. There's the 4th. No, actually, this is Friday. Friday night. Really nice coverage. Moving east to west. Here's the 4th. 8 a.m., 2 p.m., 8 p.m. Winds are still out of the northeast. All right? And there is Sunday, the 5th. Still a northeast wind. So what that means is we are absolutely going to see rain every day. The question is how much moisture will be available. And the QPF, which is the amount of rain put out here over the next 7 days from the WPC, Weather Prediction Center, it's pretty solid. More in South Florida, but still pretty solid. So look, we're not going to have rain every day. We know that. But at least we are going to have the kind of pattern that is going to bring things from the East Coast to the West Coast, and then the amount of moisture will vary each and every day. So let's give a quick look at that 7-day for you. Highs in the lower 90s, morning lows upper 70s. For the 4th, there will be storms out there. I'm sure we can use the expression, oh, will Mother Nature have its own fireworks? Yes, it will. And I suspect she will have a few heavier thunderstorms as well. So that's what we got tonight. If you're watching on the spot, thank you very much. Thanks again to the folks from the Dunedin Blue Jays for stopping by. Tomorrow night, we will have another guest. We'll have more on Wednesday, and then I will be off for the 4th for our little family trip. So you guys have a great night, and we'll see you on tomorrow night's edition of Dennis Phillips Live. All right, we are in a break, and that is about it. Carrie wants to know how Stormy is. Stormy is doing great. We're going on vacation for a few days, so we figured we would wait until after we get back from vacation to tackle that event that Ryan wants. How much rain could we see? David wants to see. David wants to. David, they're actually predicting up to 5 inches of rain over the week in some areas. Now you know how Florida is, right? Some folks nothing. Other folks 4 or 5 inches, but. The point is that the track will be northeast to southwest, so at least some every day there's a chance that we're going to get some of those storms. I think Bolt is still waiting to find a home. Denise had to jump out. Oliver the kitty threw up. All good now. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Very kind. Thank you, Teddy. So I think that is about it, guys. I'm going to go say bye to the folks from the Blue Jays and shout out to Wesley Chapel Storm playing in Coopers. Really? You guys are playing in Cooperstown tonight. That's pretty cool, Colleen. Good luck to them. Good luck to the Wesley Chapel Storm. Rob wants to know when the next cool front comes in. My guess is around November 11th. So you got a little bit of time. We got to deal with this in hurricane season first. So. Oh, you found my bobblehead, Dawn? Did you have one with you? I've got a couple at home. I should have brought one in. I didn't think about it. I should have brought one in. They're pretty awesome. I mean, that's kind of like a championship game. Oh, wow. Good luck, Colleen. I mean, honestly, that was kind of the highlight of my career. You get your own bobblehead? Seriously, it's pretty amazing. So anyway, you guys have a great night, and we'll be back at 7:30 tomorrow sharp on the spot, as well as right here on streaming for our next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. You guys have a great night.